Hey you guys, welcome to today's Love Nest. We have some comedians, is that what you guys consider yourselves?
Oh, I'm not a comedian.
She's like, oh wait, I'm not making that claim. So today we are gonna kind of cover some heavier topics and some lighter ones. But before we get too into anything, I'm gonna let these guys introduce themselves. We're so excited to have them.
Hi, I'm Ladiedottie, and I'm a daily video blogger, and I've been documenting my life for the past 2 years, and I'm starting my 3rd year this month.
That's awesome. So you vlog every single day? Mm-hmm. And do you like is it backdated to the day, or do you vlog the day and then edit and cut
It goes up the next day.
Gotcha, gotcha. Mm-hmm. So my brother does that. I respect you, that's a lot of work.
I look up to him a lot.
Oh, Shay, you're a good one.
My name is Matthias, and I am a filmmaker, musician, producer. And I do sketches and music videos and
That's a cool name. Cool, we're excited. Okay, if you guys, have you seen the Cheerio campaign commercial that's going around on YouTube?
I just recently saw it.
Okay, so somebody brought this to my attention. I had no idea what it was. They said, go check out the Cheerio commercial and the video responses below. So I watched it, and I didn't have any feelings about it until I watched the children's video and their responses to the video, and they kind of asked them. But what it was a big deal about having a biracial couple raising this child, and I guess the comments were so bad they had to disable them, and then Cheerios was asked to take it down because somebody started something about it was not right to have this kind of a relationship or something. So we're going to be talking about, yeah, heavy topic, right? We're going to be talking about that today. What are your thoughts and feelings? And you guys have seen the video, right? Okay.
Yes.
If you guys haven't out there, we'll leave it below as a response. So.
Okay, well, it's funny because I was just recently talking about this topic with a friend of mine. She is a high school teacher in New Orleans at a charter school. So her students are predominantly black, and I'm white and she's white, and we grew up in a predominantly white culture and neighborhoods. And she was talking about that there are kind of 3 ways to come at racial issues that she's learned specifically since she started teaching. And one, and I think it's the way that both her and I grew up, is that you don't even notice the difference between races because you grew up thinking everybody's equal, which is a really great way to be. But and then you can be racist. But then there's a 3rd way, and it's just if you're white or black or whatever you are, to be aware that other races face difficulties that you might not face. Because it's not necessarily the best to believe that everyone's equal if they're not quite equal yet or treated equally yet.
Yes, that's a really good point.
So it's interesting when those things are brought to attention when maybe you go about feeling that everyone's equal still.
I like that.
she prepared.
She studied her.
Well, I just talked about this recently, so I was like, oh, perfect.
That sounded like a Wikipedia answer.
I've been thinking about it a lot since we brought it up, so.
That's good.
I haven't been thinking about it much since you brought it up, but no. I actually am married, and my wife is Filipino.
You said that like you, surprisingly. I actually did get married. Like,
I did get married.
Believe it or not.
Believe it. This is a real ring. She's on my channel,
That's
so
awesome.
she's real. But she is Filipino, and I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. It just isn't something that comes up in my thought pattern.
Yeah. Have you guys ever experienced, has anybody ever like said anything or treated you guys differently to her or you? Or
The only person that's ever said anything was my grandfather.
Oh, wow.
And he was, I think it was a joke. But I think he said something
was.
like, so my grandkids aren't marrying anyone white?
Oh my gosh.
But I think he was joking because my sister married, her husband is Guatemalan, and my brother at the time was dating someone Spanish, I believe, or something like that.
Gotcha. That's so funny. I think older generations, maybe that's more, that's the same thing, because I know my grandma and grandpa would say some things, I'm like, you're a racist, you can't say that. Like, and they just say it like it's no big deal, and they can just put that out there. But it's so funny to watch the children's reactions. They're like, why do you think people, they explained to the children, they said, people were really upset by this video, and the kids were like, why? And this one little girl goes, let me think about it. Like she was literally trying to find something wrong with the video. And I think that's so refreshing to see something so like, you know, see it through children's eyes, basically, and interracial couples. Do you think it's different in different states and, you know, kind of the area where you're at?
I'm sure. I grew up in the South, so I grew up in Florida and I went to school in Tallahassee. So there's definitely a difference between California and Florida. But as far as diversity, I found, well, depends on what cities you're in. There are a lot of big cities here, but there's tons of diversity, which I really like. You just get exposed to more cultures and you can get inspiration and influences from different kinds of people.
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually lived in Florida too for a little bit. Yeah, I lived in Orlando.
No way.
Yeah, my dad was an Imagineer, so.
Oh, cool.
But
awesome. Do you guys get free tickets?
We did at the time. He
cool.
left too much.
Too much magic.
Disney's crazy, yeah. Too much magic. But
too much magic.
Too much Disney magic.
They didn't respect actual engineering. No, but I honestly, I mean, I guess I just don't notice race that much in terms of I don't even know how to put it.
I feel like I feel the same with you. Like I have no words. Like what is no different. And one of the little boys on the video was like, "Well, it's not like he's dating a dog." I'm like, "Oh, yeah. We're gonna bring up bestiality." Like,
there you go. That's something.
And another little boy said he was saying that people in his class tease him because he's Asian, and that he only aces his tests because he's Asian. And he brought up actually gay marriage, and that just, how do you guys feel about that? That just was passed and.
I think it's kind of stupid that people try to stop gay marriage because, I mean, I understand that it puts, like, let's say, traditional families in a different state because they're like, oh, they're trying to say, is that okay or is that not okay?
Right.
But, I mean, if you want to teach your kids something, that's your prerogative. If you want to do something with your life, that's your prerogative. I think it's a constitutional right to be married to whoever you want to be married to. So I think it's kind of silly that people stop that. Like, I don't try and go stop people from doing whatever they want to do, unless it's like, I guess, murder.
I guess if you're killing somebody, it might have.
But then I still don't know if I get in the way.
Dun dun dun. I think it's just really where you're raised. Like in Idaho, when I had Cooper, like it's not heavy, in my small town, it's not heavy populated with, African American, Black, whatever. So when I think we were on vacation in Colorado, and we went to like a Target or something, and Cooper was really little, like 1.5 or 2, and we were walking out, and this like, older gentleman, he was Black, tall, just really buff, walked over to the cart, and Cooper kind of was just like doing this type of thing, and he was like pointing at him, and I'm like, I understand the innocence there where kids, like if you've never been around, like if you live in a Black community and you first time being around a white person, vice versa, so it kind of like opened my eyes, like it's good to teach our kids that there's different people and races and colors, and America is all about this like coming together on one ground, and I think it's good to teach our kids about those things. Are you guys gonna have kids?
We've definitely talked about having kids.
Individually?
Yeah.
You guys having kids together?
No, we're not having kids. Like I said, my wife is real. No, I have talked about having kids with my wife, and we want kids, but we want them a little farther down the road when maybe our careers are a little bit of a better state.
Right.
I mean, there's always that thing like it's never the right time to have a kid, and I get that. I totally get that. But I know there's a wrong time to have a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's just about balance.
Kids are a lot of work. Lots of work. Okay, so switching gears, something from a heavier topic to a lighter topic. I put out a post on Facebook, said, well, what can we talk about in the Love Nest? And somebody said Tinder, and I said, Tinder? Did they spell Tinder wrong? What is this Tinder thing? And then somebody explained to me what it is. Basically, it's an app where you can like view, and correct me if I ever go wrong here, view a couple pictures. If you like them, you give them a green heart. If you don't, you can like push them and they never get sent back to your Tinder. And then it's somebody within 80 miles or something, right? And then you can like meet up or do whatever you're gonna do with that. How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's a bit shallow.
Amen.
But
can I have a high five for that one? What a good guy.
Is it just based on the picture, or is it like
I think they can have a very limited bio too, like a 1-sentence or 2-sentence bio.
Yeah, I would say I think it's very shallow, but in terms of how relationships start, there is something there.
Right.
I mean, you don't go up and talk to a person that you're not very attracted to try and hit something off just because you want to prove to yourself that looks don't matter.
Yeah.
Looks do matter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying looks don't matter, but I'm saying that just to say, are you worth it or are you not worth it based on your visual appearance is very degrading.
Right.
I was thinking about online dating because a couple of my friends are still really struggling trying to find somebody. And those ways seem strange to us because like that's what our older people do or whatever, but I feel like a lot of my friends have met people, not necessarily through Tinder, but like online dating. And
like
I
online
think
Cupid or eHarmony.
Because we have so many ways to communicate through computers now that maybe we do less things that would make us meet people.
Right.
So we kind of are resorting to these ways.
Because our life is already so much online, we're already so connected.
Like we even
Why
go
not
to the
put our
movies
love
less because we can get them at home and like all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot less reason to leave your house.
Who doesn't love watching YouTube videos on a Friday night?
So maybe it would make things easier. But when you said it was shallow, you reminded me, did you see the video, the Dustin Hoffman interview?
Yes, we just talked
so
about
good.
that. He poses as a woman,
For Tootsie, that movie?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
The interview?
No, I've seen Tootsie though.
But he talks about the first time he saw himself dressed up as a woman. And then he said, can you make me a little bit better looking? Because it's not quite, and they're like, that's the best we can do.
Yeah, the makeup artist was
and
like,
he started crying when he was talking about it, because he said, I thought of all the women in my life that were probably really interesting but looked like that to me and I didn't meet and like have missed out on in my years of living.
That's interesting.
And he
That's
got
so
like
sweet.
teary-eyed talking about
Yeah,
it.
we watched that and we talked about that and how he said, how many people did I not come across my life or I avoided because I didn't think, he's like, because I'm an interesting person and people would want to talk to me, and he's like, I wonder if people have avoided me, you know.
It's really strange.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's natural. I think it's a part of how we're programmed though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just a part of how we're programmed, of how we live our lives. We seek out people that are of general same status,
Right.
so we can procreate.
Right.
But
So we can procreate. I like that.
But
I like babies.
exactly. So I mean, I believe that there's something there, but the way that was handled is maybe not quite something that I would use.
Right.
But then again, I'm not desperate.
Right. You're married.
So I'm.
You're the opposite.
This is real. This is a real
This is
ring.
the real wedding ring. I just think there's so many apps and so many different things. It's also kind of getting scary. Like, who do you trust?
Yeah.
And who's viewing your picture? I mean, I guess I do YouTube. And I put everything out there, so I guess there's no filter for me. But some people, I'm like, be so careful. Like, all the information, and you're giving somebody your location, and it just is a little, as a mom, I'm like, is your mom okay with this? Did you ask her if you could sign up for Tinder? I don't care if you're 29. I don't know.
Funny.
It seems that app seems to avoid. I like the online dating. I think that's cool, and I like that you feel out. I'm not gonna lie. One night, me and my friends like, let's sign up for
All my friends do
eHarmony.
it, yeah.
So we like went through the whole process, and I was like, I'm done talking about myself, because they made you fill out pages and pages and pages.
Because they try to get someone who's like
pages.
exactly right for you.
Right. Yeah. And I like that they like, you know, compatibility wise, they put you together.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
it's
heard a lot of
hard.
good stuff about that too.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a very clever way to do something. I mean, I guess if it's accurate, you know,
Right.
if you fill out accurate information.
Let's do it and see what happens. We'll sign up after this and we'll see if we made the man of our dreams. You guys are so great. Thank you for being on the line.
No problem. It was fun.
Make sure you guys go check out their channel, leave them love, tweet them, give them some comments, all those things. And let us know, what are your thoughts on the Cheerio campaign? Where do you stand with that? As well as Tinder. Are you on Tinder? Are you being safe? I want to know, okay? I love you. We will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by the Love Nest. Bye, everybody. You guys all look really hot.
Got it.